Hi there, welcome to Gear Garage. I'm Emily.
I'm Zach.
And we're going to talk about how to unwrap a ducky today.
And unwrapping a ducky is similar to unwrapping a raft.
That's true.
It's the same concept. So we're going to talk about unwrapping a ducky, but the same kind of principles apply to unwrapping a bigger boat as well.
Yep.
And luckily we had a wrapped ducky yesterday, so we took some video of us unwrapping and we can talk about it.
So we're out here on the Chetco River, and we run inflatable kayaking, self-support inflatable kayaking trips out here. And so Zach and I have been taking what we're calling gear duckies down. So we've been putting all of the gear we're taking down on this trip for 5 days in our boats. So it's like a gear boat essentially, like a gear raft on this river because of the size of the river.
And we both flipped and we wrapped one. I mean, they're unwieldy.
It's challenging.
So it's challenging, and it's just part of the game. And Emily wrapped, and she called me over to say, "Come over and take photos because we gotta get photos of it."
It was a good wrap.
It was a good wrap.
I was safe, first of all.
Yep.
I made sure that I was safe. And so basically I was trying to make a tight turn with the kayak and wrapped on a very pointy triangle rock, just splatted the kayak right on the center of the rock there. And there was water pushing really heavy into the kayak. And so first I made sure I was safe. Second, I made sure Zach knew I was wrapped so that you could take photos. And then I tried to get it off myself. So I tried to shift some weight around, so basically just my body shifting to the front, to the back to see. I really didn't want it to go off. I really only wanted it to go off one way because the other way it could have gotten stuck again. So I tried to shift weight, pull it, but nothing, it was not moving at all. So
what we did too is we set downstream safety. So Ellie came up with a throw bag. So we thought about when Emily swam, what would happen to Emily? Yeah. You know, if you have more swimmers, you got to think about the swimmers first. And so we had downstream safety. And the way I like to pull wraps off if I can is to try to get water out of one side of the tube. So we threw a throw bag over to Emily, attached it to the far D-ring, and I call it peeling off.
Yep.
We pulled it and kind of peeled the back on. And once you peeled one end up, there was less water wrapping on that side and more water in the side that was on the...
To shift the balance so that it would come off.
Yep.
And then
it's like a teeter-totter almost. Like if they're both sides have water, if you can pull water off one side, the other teeter will go.
Yep. And then I pushed down on the tubes, high siding it, the kayak, so that it wouldn't flip. And it was pretty smooth actually.
Yeah. And we just go back when I pull boats off that way, or any wrap almost, you can kind of almost expect it to flip. I told Emily, I was like, this is probably going to flip, and so you should have your swim route planned in case it has to flip. It didn't, so she was able to jump in it. But always think about what happens after the flip.
Yep.
Do you have a safe place for the swimmer to get off?
Another thing to consider is the one thing that I've heard that I think is true is that the wrapped boat is going to come off easiest the way it came on. So the ducky just went straight on, so we just pulled it straight off, which is a little bit counterintuitive because you're pulling it against the current.
Yeah.
But really, it went on that way, so it's going to come off that way the easiest. Yeah. So we pulled it off and got it off, and it went really well actually. Yeah. It was really good practice.
So that's just one way to pull off a wrap. There's many ways to do it and try. Just a general rule of thumb is start from simplest to most difficult. Like get ropes on it, try pulling from different angles. But most of all, be safe and take your time. Especially, if everybody's safe, that's the key. The gear we can deal with and take our time. But try go from simplest to most difficult. Make sure you set downstream safety for swimmers. And also, if you have ropes in the water, you can just send an upstream spotter to make sure people coming behind know that there's ropes in the water, because those ropes are dangers as well. Yeah. And the boat's a danger, so it's a process. Anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Cool. That's this episode of Gear Garage.
Yep.
If you like the show, send us a letter by mail. Find my address online, or you could subscribe. That would work too.
Or ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Smash the bell.
Oh, sorry, smash the bell.
All right. See you next time.